Oh, hello, this is Grillenheimer. It is recording. If you can't tell, I look a whole lot clearer. I have a new camera. It's wonderful. And then the rug might be pulled out from under me in a month. I don't know. We'll see. And it has nothing to do with YouTube. But let's get right to it. I apologize. I haven't been able to get with a game in the background on these things. And I really apologize. I've really swerved away from the original intent of this channel. And I don't even have a little Game Boy with me just to show something off. But let's get right. John 14, verse 1 through 3. Really, this is concerning about him in heaven preparing a place for us. He was explaining to his disciples in order, basically how if you don't believe me and you don't see me for who I am, how can you believe in the Father? Why do you need proof when you have me? And if you read through chapter 14, you get that. Philip questioned him, Thomas questions him, etc. Yeah, Philip and Thomas. Now, where I want to take this in a slightly different direction, let's just read it. Let not your heart be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many dwelling places. Some Bibles say rooms, some say spaces. If it were not so, I would have told you, for I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, there you may be also. And this is him concerning securing our and having assurance that in our eternal life we will be taken with him. We will be with him in heaven. That he is preparing a place for every one of us. And all we have to do is believe him. I normally have this up against something. I'm having to hold it. I apologize. So that's why it looks like I'm on the Titanic, or, well, in my case, a Red Star Line vessel. There we go. That's a little better. Let your heart not be troubled. And I think there's a lot of youngsters today that are going around with troubled hearts. Be anxious for nothing. Having anxieties. That's where I was wanting to go with this. And I apologize, I don't have that verse. Look it up. That's your homework. With me directly here available. But there's many things going on in this little verse, but I want to take it to a different kind of level where anxieties. Where do our anxieties are stemming from? Where are your anxieties stemming from? I have some that stem from all sorts of levels, and I think all of our anxieties are very similar. Are not identical, but we all are stressed out about the same things. Jobs, friends, money, kids, parents, our house, our homes, our apartment, our cars, etc. Well, for some people, especially young people, may take it on a more personal level. And depending on your walk in life, I mean, your diet, your food, well, that's the same thing, isn't it? Your sexual orientation, the things you own or want to own or think you need to own, things being neat, things being not so neat, living in clutter, living in filth, how you live. And we call these a lifestyle. When we think the word lifestyle today, we think homosexuality and along those lines, but it can be anything. It really can be anything. And that's where I was kind of wanting to go with this, is that we need to answer or fill in this blank. My life is not my blank. Fill it in. My life is not my food. It's not what I eat. They say you are what you eat. Yeah, to some extent. You eat too much bread, you're going to start looking like the Pillsbury Doughboy. I sure did. My life is not my sexual orientation. My life is not my car. My life, the center of my life is not this, etc., etc. You know, I mean, and you can put all your attention into your wife. You can put all your attention into your kids, and everything else crumbles around you. And you wonder why. Because we need to see a bigger picture. See, Christ is trying to show the disciples here a bigger picture about their overall life, and saying, hey, when you die, you are going to have an eternal life, but I'm going to be preparing a place for you when you're gone, which is very key, and it's very biblical, and it's part of the gospel. But for when we're down here, so many people are so into themselves, and on a very, very, very selfish level. We have to start taking that out. You have to start thinking on an unselfish level. And that can go into a whole nother sermon about serving. But, you know, fill in the blank. My life is not my whatever. Fill in that blank. Change it around. My life is my Messiah. My life is Christ. We need to center our lives around Him. Everything else will fall into play.